to religiously ban gyroscope. So we might see gyroscope banned by Carl and Pack. They will. And now let's see what they pick. I think slowdown. Oh, they go for slippy slides. Bren and Otak might want to try something like parkour, something like back and forth, something like freestyle. Flip of Faith. Just these like tricky, weird maps put Carl and Pack on a little bit of pressure, because if they play maps like reps, if they play maps like slowdown, that's going to be tougher. It's going to be a lot tougher. We see the second choice from Solary is freestyle. Now, what's the answer? Where do they want to go? Parkour has been good for them. We have not seen Solary on it, so it makes sense to go there. Now, slowdown or reps, I believe, the choice for Carl Jr. and Pack. See which one they end up going for. It could be something else, but I imagine that's where it's headed, and maybe something like Flip of Faith. The answer. You just wanna, you have two different teams here. To beat Carl and Pack, you need to put them on something weird. You just need something with a tiny bit of a dice roll at the end. Flip of Faith has that, and Agility Dash has a little bit of that. But Carl and Pack probably reps or slowdown. Their strongest ones out of the remaining ones. As we're waiting for the pick, I hope it's come through. Slow down, the choice. Okay, and then Flip of Faith, maybe? Do they go for reps? I can't imagine they go reps against Carl Pack. I think it's Flip of Faith. Maybe Agility? I would like to see Flip of Faith. I'm biased. Flip of Faith. Pick it. Pick it. Pick it. Pick it. Flip of Faith. How do you say it in French? Piqué. How do you say it? Selecté? I don't know. I'm waiting here, alright? We gotta get this underway. What do we have? What's the map going to be? At this point, I'm scared we disconnected and they've started. Chaussela. Oh, and they went for Flip of Faith. Agility Dash to random. Also, I think the best random 7th they could have hoped for. Reps would be a lot tougher against Carl and Pack, so I'd say a pretty balanced map pack, though. Slippy Slides is going to be very tough to survive against Pack's pace. Carl's also good. Back and forth, Carl and Pack can struggle a little bit. But they could also actually run away with that, come to think of it. Freestyle, we'll see. Parkour, I think Casey could win, most likely. Unless Carl and Pack have prepared specifically for the scenario. Starting with Slippy Slides. A map with a lot of slides. It's in the name. You have these bug slides all across the track. First in the middle, and then 3 in the ending. The players are going for. The French squad of KC, Otak and Bren versus Pack and Carl. A lot of history coming through here as well. Bren and Carl used to be teammates for the Serrator Cups, which is a big French tournament that was hosted every year. Last year, they had their last one. It was a big tournament, and sometimes in a duo format. And Carl and Bren would often team up for that tournament. So a lot of people thought, oh, new league, what about Bren and Carl being a team again? But it's Bren and Pack now. Sorry, Carl and Pack and Bren and Otak. Otak, looking great. He got to the World Championship final last year. Got 4th there, but still got there. Whereas Carl won it, Bren got top 8, and Pack got top 8 as well. It seems to be a bit of an overlay issue. We're waiting on that to be resolved as well. So, you know what? Good time here to tell your friends this is happening. Yes, this is the daily Help Grow Trackmania Esports shout out. You, the viewer, have a say in this, and you can help introduce more people to this amazing esport. I promise we can make a deal if you tell them about it. I will stop talking about pyramids, all right? We can make a deal. Now that Janik isn't here, it has even more weight to it. I'm not just going to promise that, I'm going to actually say it. If you recruit one friend to watch TM Esports with you, I will not talk about the pyramids on cast. We're gonna get into the game. KC versus Solary. Round 1 on slippy slides. This is chosen by Solary. So they have the upper hand on this, you could say. Pack's average, low 111s. He also has the world record, as you can tell. But Carl the first to make a mistake, and KC the best start, so maybe not the demolishing some people might expect. On paper, Carl and Pack have more accolades in Trackmania esports. They've won between them now 6 world championships and other tournaments as well. But that can all be thrown out the window if Otak and Bren wins consistently here. They're up in first and second, going into the identity. Pack with a mistake. Hold on, is this gonna be an ace? 2 more bug slides in the identity. An ace, 3 points worth, taken by the French squad round 1. A nice start for KC. See, someone in chat said they recruited their 1-year-old son to watch. That definitely counts. As I would like to tell the story of Gwen, who started playing Trackmania at 4 years old. And 15 years later, 14 years later, he's now one of the world's best. And has been for the last couple of years, but really starting to shine brightly right now. Definitely. If I had a kid, I would teach them how to neo slide before I teach them how to walk. But that's just me. I'm not a parent. Probably a good thing. We are going into the next round here. It's Bren with a big crash, and Carl as well, actually. So currently looking good for Solary despite that. Pack 5607 checkpoint split. That's a... Oh no, he got caught in the respawn trap. Yeah, well, he was on pace for a low 111, but not anymore. Otak with a face plant. Carl Jr. in first, and he is gonna take it by 15/11. 112.69. Victory. Hey guys, that's the good thing about casting solo, you know? I can say what I want. I don't have a co-caster to hold me back. Janik, if you didn't know, is currently sick this week, so he will be back on next weekend, and we can have our proper cast. I can try to do it though. I can try to run it. All right, we're going into round 3 of Slippy Slides, Janik. It is currently the lead for KC, who started out with a good round on Slippy Slides. Got that ace, and now, you know, they're holding their own against Solary. Yeah, Wirtual, that is absolutely correct. That is definitely how this round has played out. Taking a look at Carl Jr. right now, carrying that momentum, going into the wide exit here, and Carl and Pack are looking like they have this round on control, but now the drop down into the slides, and we're gonna see if Bren can keep up. Wirtual, do you think KC have a chance to come back here? Yes, Janik, I think KC definitely have a chance. Bren up the hill will carry more speed than Carl, and overtaken. Otak is right there as well, and we know they are perhaps better at these bug slides, Janik, but Otak with a 360, not gonna attack this round, and Carl and Pack going wide, missing the finish. It looks like it's mayhem. After all is said and done, it's a win for Solary. Victory. It's a 5-4 for KARMINE Corp after this round is played. They lost some ground, but still ahead. One ace showing to be so valuable. Worth 3 normal victories in total. As fast most of the time, and he's showing it, but Bren is right there. Bren is right there, even faster still. On, dare I say, 110 pace right now. This is pretty cracked for a round. It's going to be low 111 after the middle part. The ice not going the best that it could, but Casey looking for an ace. Otak passing Pack and Carl. They have about 2-3 tenths. Otak going wide though. Pack very inside. Last bug slide, and it's an ace again. It's an ace once more. Casey up 8-4 against Solary. And looking at those pre-game interviews, you know, they didn't really know what the other teams had picked the most, what they were the best at. Maybe they weren't expecting KARMINE Corp to be up 8-4 here. Of course, not over yet. Pack and Carl getting a bit of a wake-up call right now. They need an ace. Normal victories are not sufficient. Pack and Carl have to get first and second. Pack starting off incredibly strong here. Great lines. This time it's Otak up near first place, battling. Bren had a great round last time. He's not there yet, and Otak sliding out. This is an opportunity. They're stepping on the gas here. And they're building up a small lead. 2 tenths. Carl, very inside line. That was beautifully executed. Catching up to Pack. They're both now 3 tenths ahead of Bren, the closest opponent. Does he have a say in this round? Can he wedge himself between them? Or will it be an ace for Solary? Last bug slide. He's not going to get there. Clean execution. 111.40 and 111.49. Eight to 7. The lead diminishing. Still 1 point up, but both teams on track point now. Solary, an ace required. KARMINE Corp, just a regular victory. Still just one regular victory away. One mistake necessary. Carl losing a little bit. Oh, and look at this. Pack making a mistake as well. KC could run away with map 1. They have a great chance at this right now, and probably the best they will get. They need to utilize it. Both Carl and Pack crashing in a round is extremely rare. It's not something you see happening at all, and they know it. They were expecting Pack and Carl to drive 111 low every time, but now they've caught them off guard 2 times in rounds where they made mistakes, and this is another ace that could happen. Close this game. Pack missing. Almost going reactor flying, but not gonna see it through. Respawns Carl. 0.4 up to Bren. Clips the corner as well. Solary will lose their own map choice here against KARMINE. That throws the spanner in the works. Great consistency from Bren and Otak, paying off. We're having a look now at some of the replays. I think that first round alone, the ace that KC got, they held on to that lead until about 5-6 points, and then they extended again up to 8. That 2 aces is really hard to come back from if you only have one. It's if you just think about it, you can win 3 regular rounds where your team does better than the other team, and it's still not worth as much as, or it's worth the same as 1 ace. 3 times first and third is worth the same as 1 time first and second. That might sound very elementary to understand, but if you play to 10 points, that starts to matter a lot. Let's see, back and forth. KC prepared this pick. They've seen Solary play this against, I believe, Sinners. And Sinners won that map. And I think that's why they're fancying it. If the bottom team in the league can beat Solary on this, then so can we. Is what they are claiming, I think, with this choice. And we'll see if Pack and Carl have what it takes to deny them that win. Good start for Bren as Otak went to the walls. Now a 2v1 in the backwards part. Bren sliding out, losing speed. That's going to cost him across this entire identity section. And Solary, not to be outdone, acing here, round 1. So now to recover, KC are gonna need an ace themselves or 3 regular victories to get back up to a tied scoreline. That's how tough it is. If you get ace round 1 and Bren making another mistake here might cost them even further. Otak keeping up though, not sliding out here this time. Good bug slides. Still falling behind Pack. Last week, they had pace of around 58 low Solary, and we know players are capable of going beyond that. But the question is whether or not they'll be able to do it here. Into the identity, it's again a 2 versus 1. It's again Carl up in first, but look at this, Bren making an advance, making it past Carl. Last turn, still gonna hold that half a car length in his favor, and he takes that second place away at least. Not the double ace.
Victory.
Scoreline only extending in Solary's favor. And we really need to see a clean round from both KARMINE Corp players. They chose this, they prepared for this, they have to make it work. Because there is a lot of tough maps that Solary have picked later on in the set. Not quite getting the lines here, Otak. You've never seen this map. The reason they 360 here is because if you keep driving normally, it's ice. And you will not have the grip to drive a regular wall ride line. The fastest way is that 360. So it's not just for flair, it literally saves time. Bren, great pace here. That's on pace for a 57 with a good ending. Gets the last part. Drop down good, but then hesitates the turn. And oh no, this map is falling apart right now for KC. They're getting aced again.
Solary.
Just like Solary got surprised on Slippy, I think KC are getting quite surprised by their own mistakes on back and forth. Not looking good here. Bren clipping the corner. Otak has to win this round. And then they need not 1, not 2, but 3 aces in a row. That's their remaining path to victory here, and a face plant makes this very tough. I think Solary here are going to clean up map 2 and claim it for themselves. Pack with good pace here. Watch out for this. 57 on the cards with a good ending. Oh, this is fast, Pack. Hold on, Pack. 57.80, and he beats it. New world record on the track, driven in the match from Pack. Just like the previous weeks, Pack coming through with a record. Really nice. Splits lining up there for him, and he takes it. But yeah, unfortunate for KARMINE not making that work. I want to remind you though, back and forth, Pack's checkpoint when he entered the identity was 43 43.3. Gwen last week had a 42.9 there before crashing in the identity. So you can still go a little bit faster, like 4 tenths faster or something, if you're Gwen. G1's pace on back and forth, if they get through clean, is incredible. We'll probably see throughout the league players going faster. Now, what I want to try to see here on freestyle is a 106. We are witnessing the 2 best teams so far on freestyle. Solary with Pack driving 107.08, an astonishing record. And Otak and Brent consistently 107, consistently fast here. They pick it almost every match, but this time it was picked by Solary. To the ice, we'll see what lines they go for. We know Pack is the world record holder, and he chooses to go for a very low jump, early gear shift. And then he misses the gear. That was not on purpose, I think. Pack with a mistake, missing the gear shift up to 4th. Not being fast enough for that to activate. So, Vantage Carmine. Actually an ace potentially going to happen unless Carl can get past both. As they clip the corner, though, it is falling apart for KC. Solary are going to ace it back. 3 points to start them off. I was just looking at stats. We have Otak and Brand with 28 rounds on this played. Carl and Pack have 23. Otak and Brand in 28 rounds have gotten first place a total of 16 times. Carl and Pack in 23 rounds have gotten 13 first places. So a bit better ratio. 13 out of 23, 16 out of 28. And they're starting with a new first place now, and a second as well. Average pace here, though, pretty mental. For Otak, I think, is one of the players with the best average. 108.05. It's going to keep increasing now that the pace is quicker this week. Great lines from KC. Again, Solary struggling a little bit. That line only pays off if they get a good shift, and this time they had it. But we're going to see low 107s right now. Carl going wide, ensuring he has gear 4. Pack attacking, trying to get past both Brendan and Otak. Last wall, about a 10th to gain. Going high, setting up the flick, and he does it excellently. Just beautiful execution, taking that one away. You're not getting an ace. 5-1.
Victory.
A 107.4. Very tough for KC. There's no other team in the league that can put them under this much pressure on this map that we've seen yet. They often just have these great starts. Low 49 checkpoint is what you want to look for before the identity section. And they're surviving the start every time. Like, they're really doing everything correct. Except for those mistakes they've had in that identity. That's the one part that's cost them the rounds. Again, they're going to be up there. Way ahead of Carl and almost ahead of Pack too. But Pack with this wide line. Catching a lot of speed. And again, KC upper hand. But identity remains 49 low. Are they going to hold on to this? I think Bren lost the gear. Yes, he did. That's not going to be just passed by one, but probably both. And with Pack getting up there too, this could be an ace for Solary. Otak getting past as well. Their next map is not going their way either. And though Pack and Carl both clip, they still get first and second. 8-1 once again. This is falling apart. They need to stop the bleeding, and it starts when they miss that gear in the identity. If you ever drop under 200 speed in that last slide, the car will automatically shift you down 1 gear. You can only hold on to gear 4 above 200 speed as a general rule. So you have that downshift, and then the wall ride trick just doesn't work as well. It's very unfortunate. The players know this. They know they have to go for a lot of speed in that drift to stay above 200. That's what's been deciding the rounds 1 to 8. If they keep up with these good starts, maybe they can ace in return. They absolutely have to. If they want to win this map. Low from Otak, low from Bren. Past Carl, but again, Pack is there. Early shift, no slide as well. Fantastic starts by Bren, so consistent here. But now, the identity, gear 4. Or they lose and Otak drops it again. Unfortunate, but here you can see the difference. He's gonna have to go so high up to make up for the loss of speed. Bren will ensure a draw by the looks of it. Oh, barely gets there. And from this point on, they have to be flawless. Pack and Carl, they're gonna drive 0.7 at the least. You're gonna have both players faster than that every round. 2 to 9. The comeback would have to start with a single round. Just gonna have to think about one round at a time. See what happens. Unlikely, sure. Impossible, no. 3 aces in a row. Pack and Carl looking to deny anything like that happening, though. With the world record on this track and can surely drive even faster if need be. Gets the gear, but he needs the snow slide. Gets there, but a little bit shabby. Did not have as much speed. Otak and Bren are in first and second as we go into the identity. Will it be enough? I think Otak's dropped the gear and he's in fourth. Pack missing a little bit though, gonna get past. Carl would have to make a mistake that Bren and Otak could capitalize on, and he is not going to lose enough time. Solary take map 3, just like map 2, in dominant fashion.
Solary wins the track.
Started out nicely, building momentum. That ace in round 1. In KC, they had such good pace, but I think what they knew is that if we don't risk in the identity, we're gonna get beaten anyways. Like, you have to, if you know your opponent is gonna drive 107, 0.4, 0.3, etc., that's gonna hurt. You're gonna have to risk and eventually make a mistake. The bright side, though, is because they were able to take away slippery slides, they're not out of it. Parkour, we have not seen Solary on. And KARMINE Corp are one of the best teams on this map that we know of. Now, it would be very unfair if Solary have never played this and they're just goats at it and we're waiting for someone to pick it against them. I think they could get surprised here. You need a lot of rounds on this, on the servers, to get comfortable with the identity. You can practice it all you want, but we've seen so many players in their first rounds, they can't handle the jump sequences that well. I think that's what Otak and Bren are going for here. So, hardcore, let's see if it plays into their advantage. Good start for Otak. Everybody getting across. Bren. 0.3 though. We saw Mudda going for the flip in the previous game. Is any of these players going to fancy it? I guarantee you Pack and Carl are not likely to go for it. Carl with a respawn, missing the dirt line. That's what we talked about. The nerves coming through and just the pressure. Not having played these maps enough. Otak going for the wobble, not getting it. Bren up there, actually going for the flip. Sort of a low jump instead of the entire flip itself. And it's Otak second. He is. But Carl is right there. He's going to be the ace. Oh, God. Otak with redemption. There was a round where Otak lost against Carl Jr. Dead tied because he has a name that starts with an O instead of a C. This time, Otak, the rookie, takes one home and secures an ace for KC. Great to see that. The margins play into Otak's favors once as well. They've started out well on parkour and gotten what they were looking for. But Carl and Pack had a good pace. Up until the crash, they were leading by 0.3 against Bren, who won the round, so... nothing to scoff at here, what Carl and Pack can do on this map, even though we haven't seen them. Pack going very far. Losing ground here to Bren in the plastic. Also in the bobsleigh, Bren's gonna get past, I think. And Otak's looking for first. Very even round so far. Pack hitting the wall, respawning immediately. A draw possible, but also knowing the flip here, perhaps Otak could surprise Carl a second time. Low jump, that's going to be a lot of speed, but not the flip though. Is he going to get there? Bren as well. Carl taking the round. 102.4 from Carl to defend. Pack finishing 3 seconds behind. Four to 1. Lead remains 3 points. Oh, Bren missing the approach a little bit, it looks like. Gets back, so not the worst, although this is starting to go into the territory of, bro, I need your help. We'll see what Otak can do against Pack and Carl. Identity coming up. We saw Otak has a good low jump. Question is, does he need the flip? That was a big mistake. Pack crashing out in the bobsleigh. Really struggling here, Solary, to get that uphill right. The pack showing, the pick showing that it is paying off for KC, but still this could be Solary's round. Otak has a 0.2 of a second gap to try to close, and he will not find the 100th. Carl gonna deliver another great time, 102.5. And when they both, the Solary players, get a clean round here, that's going to be tough to beat.
Victory.
KARMINE Corp now. Lost one of the 3 points they had in the lead. They're halfway to the mark, halfway to 10. Just gotta keep the pressure up. Try to force these mistakes out of the opposing squad. So far, clean round, although a little bit slow from Carl. That's not time you can easily gain back, and Carl was the fastest player for Solary so far. Can Pack deliver a great ending, or will it be another potential ace round for KC? We'll see. Into the uphill. Oh, this time it's Brad nearly crashing, but actually surviving. That looked like a crash, but he's still there. Carl coming back through, though, into third. Otak catching up into first place. Pack is going to see what he can do in the ending. Not going to go for anything fancy. Carl neither. And Bren just gonna keep his line. It's a draw.
Draw.
KC keep trading them rounds like this. Eventually they're gonna hit 10. They can take another loss. They can take another draw. They have more HP, so to speak. The trade will benefit them in the long term. Solary need an ace or a win at some point soon to bridge the gap. Right now, the rounds are so close. It does not look like there's an easy place to find them. If they're ahead, Bren might just go for the flip. Claim it right back. Right now, a spot he could consider it in, but Pack missing the bobsleigh again. Uphill turn somehow. Brett is not in the wall. I don't believe it for a second time. He survived. Carl, good speed across the plank. Landing up the drops. Brett with a good wobble. Getting that landing flip to beat Carl, his old teammate. You picked the wrong squad. You should have been with me. But Otak and myself, we go up to 8-5. What a snipe from Bren.
Trackpoint, KARMINE Corp.
That's what we were saying. If you're ahead, he's just gonna try to go for the flip, and he gets a good one there to take the round away. Now a regular victory will give KC the map, put them at 2-2, and then we have a proper series on our hands. Could happen already. All 4 players gathered into the bobsleigh. This has been a struggle point for Carl and Pax. So many crashes here. Bren once again, good uphill. I think he's gonna try it. If he gets first, it's almost a guarantee that they are winning the map. Let's see, will he go for it? He's setting up the wobble, but maybe too low. Not gonna get the flip. Pack with a lot of speed, passing both Otak and almost Carl. It's a draw, but it still just plays into the favor of KC. Now, anything does, except for an ace against them. 9-6.
KARMINE Corp.
Beautiful ending from Pack. To deny the win for now. They need an ace. Oh, and a wall bang for Carl. All but does it if they realize Otak and Bren consistent enough at this identity that at least one of them have to survive it. Unless the pressure gets to them now that they've seen it. Not unthinkable. Getting up the hill, still good. Pack is kind of irrelevant in the situation. It's all on Otak and Bren to survive. Not going for the wobble. Carl getting closer. Here's Engine. Where is Carl? He gets past Otak, but not Carl. And still, Otak beats Carl by 1,000. Just for, you know, a little bit of extra. Just a little bit of extra. Oh, remember that one round we tied? Yeah, how about that?
KARMINE Corp.
Oh,
wins the track.
I beat you twice by a few hundreds, huh? Damn. Okay, it's 2-2. It's 2-2 with Bren first doing a low jump and then that one round where he recognized he could do the flip. I think it's this one right here in a spot like this where you see, okay, I'm third. We're getting aced. Let's just watch the execution of this. It's a little bit less speed, but then he air brakes to get the car to wobble, land early, give him enough time to set up, and then just sends it. Soaring low, beautiful into the finish, and so fast. So damn fast. Next map is starting. It's one Solary I think is undefeated on. I would not be surprised if they are, because Pack's pace on this thing is menacing. Let me give you a taste. Although I know for a fact that Brad and Otak are great at it too. The best pace on this. So Pack's played 16 rounds. He has won 11 of them. 11 first places. His average is a 56.82. And his best 56.58. Carl as well, also averaging 57 flat. Bren averaging 57.06. And Otak 57.1. Bren in the lead in the first round. Looking like a 56.8-ish territory. Inside line for Carl, catching up a little bit, but less speed for the last drift. Should be Bren's to rights, and he holds on. Takes first place, 56.68. Good start.
Victory.
So rare you will see players crash here. Pack making an unfortunate mistake. I think that might be his literal first crash in this map in 16 rounds. So rare you will see him ever hit the walls here. Very refined on this. And if he doesn't crash, you might see 0.6, 0.5. We might even see the record being broken. If these players push it all. Carl, good start. Green bobsleigh to follow. Bren with an inside line. Only gonna pay off momentarily as Carl now gets back with more speed up in the dirt hill. Together with Pack, Otak 3 tenths behind. Brad needs to deny an ace here and keep that lead in case you have. Solary tends to run away with his map. Pack setting up so wide. Is that new? Is that something you've been working on? Because it worked out. And Pack almost has it, but Bren will try to fight Carl for it. Not getting there, though. This time it's Carl with the 68. Bren with a 71. So close, just 300ths.
Draw.
Could have been the ace, but 2 mistakes in a row for Pack now. Really wondering if KC are putting them under pressure or what's going on in the comms. That's more mistakes than we've seen Pack make in 4 weeks on this. On the server. Brandon Otak doing well so far. Getting a good start. Both of them. Into the dirt uphill. Gonna be a little bit slower than the Solary squad, but look at that start. 0.1 ahead of Carl and Pack on this. Amazing performance. They must be feeling the momentum going into the ending. They have different lines here. Pack and Carl like to cut in between the trees. Whereas Brendan and Otak go wide. They go around for the platform, get more speed. Gonna see the difference here. Carl barely holding on to the grip. Pack missing, but that's a blue car flying out. It's Otak, but Bren able to snipe the round by 100th. Keeping his team in the game. Important stuff and almost the league record. I think it's gonna fall this set. Round number 4. Carl now with the best start. Bren with a mistake. He cannot deny the red players this time. It has to be Otak. Getting this far is further than most people getting on Solary on slowdown. And they are driving even faster now. Otak gets past Pack. Carl is right there. Into the ending, across the fragile block. From this point on, you can no longer get any airtime or crash, or you will lose tremendous amounts of time. Otak flying off, and Carl and Pack will run away with an ace, even though Pack jumping out, and Carl terribly close to the world record. 56.58. We've had 0.6. We've had 0.59. It has to fall, right? At some point. Let's get another one. Oh, another mistake as we're getting into the next round. Again, it's Brad in the start. Scrambling to get back there, but 4 tenths is just not catchable on this map against Carl and Pack. You're gonna have to wait for the next round and hope for Otak to do the work here. He got close last time, but it's tough to see if he can get past Pack now. 15 hundredths or so the difference for that identity. Can he get there? Carl also just try to get up past him, get the ace, get Solary on 1 point away from closing this map, and Carl with slightly better speed will get there. This time it goes in his favor. The margins on Solary's side, 9-4 now. KARMINE Corp need 2 aces in a row.
Track point, Solary.
It's the only thing they can hope for. With pace of 0.6, you can definitely do it, but you need Brent to survive the start, and I think he struggled once again with that outside line. Something is up with that turn for him. If you mess up your muscle memory, it can be really hard to find back to the way you used to do it. He's gonna get so much speed into that bobsleigh. Gonna zoom past Carl like it's nothing, like it's a breeze. And carry that slipstream together with Otak towards Pack. but it's 2/10 and Pack is driving a great run right now. We could be witnessing another world record out of Pack with the splits he's delivering. This is 0.4 pace, 0.3 maybe even, dare I say. What is Pack on? It's going to be the win for Solary, but what's the final time? 48.4. A new league record by 0.10 of a second. Incredible.
Solary wins the track.
There's a reason Solary keeps picking this map against teams, and it's because they dominate. Pack, he crashed a few rounds. Solary had some dents, but Casey could not take them down, and the reason is that pace that they deliver time and time again. Incredible rounds, though. Incredible rounds. We're on Casey's last pick, and the reason they chose this is because you really want to put Pack and Carl into the air. I think that's the one thing you can do to have a better fighting chance. Carl Jr. and Pack, when they drive on the ground, they're very good. So put them on the map with the most airtime in a couple of flips and see if you can jump lower. I think that's the strat here, and we'll see if it works. Casey have been pretty good at this in matches of the past. It's all about these barrel rolls here. First one, early on into the map, you gotta flip and land low, and Bren misses it a little bit, but so does Pack, and that means Carl and Otak are fighting for first and second. Oh, a missed slide for Otak, though, means Solary now 4/10. Looks quite a lot, but on this map, it's a different story. Compared to Slowdown, 4/10 here can easily be gained in the identity. It's not a map where this is a decisive lead. They're still gonna have to survive 2 side flips here with pixel perfect precision, Carl and Pack, and let's see how they do it. Lining up for it, they're gonna flip out all the way up on this platform, and Bren is getting closer. That was a great flip from Bren. 2/10 now, and the last one. Do they have it? Oh, Solary still gonna get the ace, despite a great effort from KC. Solary start with an ace on their map choice. Picked by KC, and not looking too good right now. But it had some mistakes. One from Bren, the flip, one from Otak in the drift thereafter. They clean that up, then they do have the pace to beat 104.9. Bren probably going to compensate, flip a little higher this time. Definitely a good call, but Otak going the other way, going low and going too low. Now Carl in the lead once again. Pack half a second behind Bren. Means it's going to be an isolated battle for first, and Bren really needs to win this. Because Otak's 10 seconds behind. There's no help to receive right now. Oh, Carl with a mistake though. Bren catching up everything he was behind and more as he takes the lead before the final 2 flips. Going low. Carl landing early. More speed for Carl. Side by side, the flip. Just about the same trajectory. Bren landing earlier, but Carl will have more speed. And he takes it away. Another win for Solary. 5-1.
Victory.
Can they turn the tide? If they ace here's KARMINE Corp, they're right back in it, really. But without an ace, this is very tough to recover from. They need a round where they get ahead of Pack and Carl. Maybe mistakes could let them do it. Oh, a mistake from Otak again, and the problem is Pack made a mistake, but Carl was able to recover from it. It's the difference. You can make the same type of mistake, but the outcome is still so good for Solary. But history repeats itself. We're seeing mistakes on that platform transition. 1 versus 1. Bren versus Carl. Flip up onto the platform. Better for Bren. Bren is going to land with more speed. The last flip up to the top. Is it going to be Bren? This time Bren has him beat. And he takes the round. Beautiful ending line. A win there for Solary. Even just a regular win would be so rough to deal with. They make it work.
Draw.
And Carmine take us to map 7. They're showing signs of hope here, but every round so far, one player has crashed. Oh, and this time they have a golden opportunity. Hack with a mistake. Finally something they can work with. This time it's them with the upper hand. 2 cars against 1. But the other car is the 5-time world champion. Also reigning world champion. And with Bren making a mistake, this is not looking that good anymore. Carl might just secure a draw here. Gonna go for high flips, probably recognizing the splits in his favor. 8/10, 1.5 to Bren. Very high for Carl. Not really wanting to take any risks, and you can tell. But it works out. He played it correctly. So now Solary are on match point. KARMINE Corp, very careful from here on out. An ace for Solary would do the trick. A great fight on Slippy, great fight on previous map as well, but it would all be for naught if don't get this one and put them to 7. Maps in the series. Carl, better start. Once again, really looking strong on this. Has not failed and had to respawn that first flip any round so far. Consistently delivering for Solary. And even if they are able to secure a draw here, it's still just 1 point closer to their demise. Really not sure what they can do in this spot. Gonna have to hope for a mistake from Carl. Go all in perhaps. Brad with a good flip. Landing early on the right side. Gonna have a short trajectory to the second. But Pack is there. And hold your phone because Pack and Carl will just like that take Flip of Faith and the match as a whole. And a great time as well. Almost the record. 104.15 and 104.6 from Pack. Beautiful stuff. Solary will go up into second place in the league with that showing. They were already tied for second, but now they're in a clear second. So let's take a look at that first duel. A very exciting battle here between Carl and Bren. You can see just how, like, yes, the game is deterministic, but just how small of a difference it can make whether you land the flip or not. Looks like the same trajectory, but Carl able to jump lower and carry more speed on the landing. And then the round here did not really look like an ace. Pack was 4th, but landed wide on the first flip, landed early, got more speed for the second, and secured it with a nice low jump there. Inside line compared to Otak.